built with soul, not just steel.
Okay, I spoke to someone at Quantum Auto. They sell a billet version of the tensioner bracket for the 1UZ. They said that the pin needs to be 5 millimeters longer for a 3UZ pump to a 1UZ Non-VVTi engine. Because I keep getting my timing belt when I rotate it by hand keeps getting off by about 10 degrees. So this will take up the slack. I just actually had cut out a 3/8 hole with my plasma cutter out of 3/16, which is, I mean, we're talking so close. Let me get you. It's 4.9. So, and this is just slightly smaller than that. So we're gonna pop that out, put this in, and then press that back in and see if our timing belt lines back up. Okay, so this is 10 millimeter diameter by 14 millimeters long. So we would need a 19 millimeter long. For now, we just threw our little spacer in there. So we're gonna put this back on just to test it. Because of our spacer being in there, this is only pressed in maybe not even, probably 1/8 of an inch, so it's not enough to feel safe about. I could probably wiggle it. Yeah, you can see it wiggles just a little bit. So I'm not gonna use the spacer, but I'm just gonna test it before I go buying anything just to make sure this actually lines up like they said. Okay, this is with the extra 5 millimeter in the tensioner arm there. You can see we're about a half a tooth. Let's see if I can get it to focus right here. There you go. Just a hair. There you go. Maybe a half a tooth, not even quite half a tooth off. Same thing here. This one is with all the, this is a 209 tooth belt, which is a 1UZ belt. This one is ever so slightly high. This one is ever so slightly low. So when I pull it back, that's gonna bring this down to even, that up to even, but then we're gonna be even further off down here by a little bit, but let's see what it does. Okay, we got that up on 0. This one is now very, very close. There you go. It's still off a little bit. I mean, from here to there, that looks even. The front line to that, but the back line. Sorry, I'm using my iPhone. Keeps going. Back line's a little off. Now this one in particular is off quite a bit. There's the dot. There's that. This one I would say it's almost a full tooth off. This would be my next tooth. That's after 2 rotations of the engine. And let's see what the crank looks like. That one's almost right on the money. So this one, the left side is the one that's concerning. The tension feels perfect. It feels like it should. So that 5 mil definitely made the right tensioner movement, because before this thing, even with tensioner all the way up, had quite a bit of slop, especially up in between the two. It's like I couldn't take up all the slop. So it definitely feels like the right amount of tension. Now, I don't know. Again, it's off by, that's a 4.9 spacer I put in there. They said a 5 mil, so I don't know if that extra 5 mil will make a difference. Or sorry, that extra 0.1 will make that big of a difference, but especially when you're talking a 2-to-1 rotation. So, and so we move on. We are gonna possibly see if we can get that 10 mil pin. See a company that makes one that's 10 mil, buy a 5 mil extra. And then, yeah, I mean, the belt itself was lined up on all the marks. So in theory, it's timed. But it's all just slightly off by just half a tooth, or, you know, it's probably 5 degrees, I would say, at least. All said and done. We're about 5 degrees off. If this mark is 5 degrees going this way, we're about that same distance this way with a 5 millimeter spacer here. So let's see what other kind of options we've got. Okay, it's kind of loud in here, so I'm gonna talk loudly. So I got this idler pulley. It is the same depth. However, where the boss is compared to this one is 6.27 millimeters different. So, and then obviously this is large. This is 17 millimeters here. It's actually 16.98. So what we're doing is, you can see we already started building the neck. We're gonna build that's 6.27 on that end, and we're gonna build this down. The machine this down to 17 millimeter. And just keep on going until we get it to where we need it to be, and then we'll drill our hole. What we're gonna do is we're gonna drill the hole small enough to fit tightly around these threads, and then at the far end, we'll go up to that size there, which is slightly larger as a centering dowel. So let's get this finished up. All right, let's get this bad boy off the machine and see if it's gonna fit. We're still gonna have to chop it down lengthwise and drill our holes, but test to see if it's gonna fit. All right. And we'll press the bearing out so we can get this in. This is a perfectly snug fit. So now we got to hack it off right at the base and then drill our hole. All right, went ahead and pressed the bearing out. We got this machine down and surfaced. This needs to be lower than the bearing here, so that way when it goes in, it centers, but the bolt only clamps on this race and not on this. This will go up against the oil pump. Now we got to drill our hole, and we're going to drill it to match the thickness of the centering dowel on the bolt. All right, you guys, that worked. I've rotated this engine several times, and the timing mark is dead on the money on on everything. This one, don't mind my mess, it's spilt everywhere. That's dead on the money. So 3-inch pulley. I did, when I drilled my hole in the boss I made, I offset it just a little bit to work as a cam. So if I needed to pick up a little more slack or a little less, I have that option. But it's all tightened down. Everything is good. Like I said, rotated it multiple times, so we're gonna call that good. Show you guys a little bit of close-up. So you want to make sure that boss is just underneath this race, so that way the bolt head holds the race. You can see I off-centered my hole just a little bit to make it like a cam. And then what I did is I made a timing mark for for myself, or I should say a tension mark, once I got it set where I wanted it, so that way I can always go back together right where it's at. So depending on where this sits is how much extra millimeters in tension you need. It works really well. I did realize I needed to, I had this machine down to 6.27. I think 7.8 millimeters is, 7.5 millimeters is actually the magic number. So I just got a 1.3 millimeter stainless washer that I'm gonna throw on there for now until I machine another one. But I'm gonna set this back up. You can see the timing marks, or my cam alignment marks are lined up. You see it's slightly offset just a little bit, but this is right where my tension was perfect, where my marks came back around. We did get a factory dealer belt. We're gonna get rid of the Gates belt, put a factory Toyota belt on there. As I mentioned in my shorts, everything will clear here. You will have to discard of this side cover because the larger diameter pulley does stick out, and then you will need to just, like you can see here, I just notched this corner off of the lower cover. So I haven't rotated it yet, but we'll double check the timing marks. That's on 0. That's lined up. That is lined up beautifully. So let's rotate this and check it. All right, we did 10 rotations of the crank, which is 5 rotations of the cams. It's always kind of hard to see that mark, but you see that's perfectly lined up. Perfectly lined up, and again, perfectly lined up. Tension is exactly where it needs to be. Everything else clears. We're gonna make sure no other brackets hit this before we say it's good to go. Now you can see we're hitting right on here, this front bracket. So that would definitely be an issue for anyone wanting to run certain things. I think if we just barely notch it back, it'll still have way more than enough reinforcement on the section here. There's definitely clearance on the front side. It is just that point right there. So we're gonna grind ours out and go from there. For a good reference point, I'm gonna go up past this notch here and then right above this tab here, and we're gonna cut it all the way back to even with the cross bracket here and across. So it'll still have all this material as reinforcement down in here and all back in here and all the way across here. So I'm gonna cut that out. All right, let's see if that is gonna be just the amount we need. As you can see, like I said, more than enough reinforcement. So not worried there. This distance is perfect. The only thing is we need to go back to flush with here. So we're gonna take this corner just from here inwards and make it flush with this piece here. Just the corner. We're not gonna go all the way up to here. We're just gonna take a bite out of the corner there. All right, there you go. So we took it back to basically flush. We left this here, but we just took the inside wall back to flush with this one. So we just brought the blade straight up along this, and then from our previous cut, we cut further back. All right, I'm gonna try to get you guys in here from every angle. I'm gonna try to get the camera on my phone back up in there. See, everything is clearing. Nothing is hitting so far where we notched out, where we notched out all that. Nothing, it's got gaps everywhere. That little dangly thing is just the black rubber from the plastic cover, but it's not touching anyway. Then from the top side, if I can get in there, and try to, there you go. There's the gap. You see the light coming through the bottom here. Sorry, I know it's not wanting to focus, but there you go. Plenty of clearance. So we're gonna rotate this here and just double check. Okay, we rotated the crank 4 more revolutions, which is 2 times on the cam. Just double checking our timing marks. That one's always hard to see, but you see the yellow dot right there, right there. So nothing rubs after we clearanced our pulley. Everything clears, pulley works good. That, my friends, is a 3UZ VVTi oil pump on a 1UZ Non-VVTi with proper timing.